YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Pinstar Plays Dicey Dungeons. So, our next contestant up is the Witch. Difficulty, 5 stars. Probably the most complex character of the bunch, even more so than the Jester, although I'll admit I have not actually touched the Jester yet, so I don't know for a fact if that is true. But let's take her for a spin here. Big cheer for the Witch, my favorite little braggart. Did you tell her account is up to 10,000 followers?
Oh, no.
Well, it hasn't. It was until I had it deleted. Yeah, she's her backstory is that she is a social media personality whose desire upon winning the competition was to gain a whole crap ton more followers. So the Witch. Oh boy, where do we start with the Witch? So the Witch doesn't have items in the traditional sense. She has a spell book. Now her spell book is this right now. So essentially her spell book is sort of like her items, but it's not quite that simple. See, other characters, you have an item, it's available to you, you put dice into it, and it does things. All fine and dandy. The Witch... When we start a battle, this is all we get in front of us. Cauldron. Do 1 damage, get a new dice. Which is basically like a reroll, plus it gives you a damage. The only other spell that we have is Infliction. Everything else we got to gather up. Now, what's the deal here? So, as we gather equipment, and it is equipment, they are basically spells, and we put them into each of these slots. We then must, at the beginning of combat, feed a dice of this number into this slot in order to make one of our empty 4 slots available, that spell. And then we can use that spell round after round. Now, the downside is that we have to sort of build up our board before we can start using it properly. The upside is that we can slot the same spell in multiple slots. So if we have, like for example, the flamethrower. If we had a flamethrower spell, we could put flamethrower, 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 and just use it like crazy, and also overwrite them. So there is some flexibility if you can do it right, but it's really tricky. So let's just dive in and go with the flow here. We got 2 items. Let's go for Hothead here. So, alright, so we have Cauldron here. So one thing we can do is, and our spellbook is just 2 spells, more Cauldron and more Infliction. Now we have a 2, so we can feed the 2 into the spellbook and say, okay, I want the Infliction spell right there. So now we have access to Infliction, which means just feed it a dice and it'll do 3 damage regardless. So in this case, I'm just going to feed a dice to Cauldron and see if we can get another 1 or a 2. Nope, that's okay. So we can feed a dice to Infliction. That does that. And luckily, as sort of a mercy mechanic is, we don't have any, we can't flesh out more stuff, and our stuff's been used for the round. So we can just throw our dice, just chuck it at them for a damage. Bam! But that's it. That's all we can do. Okay, now, luckily, we have our spells back. So that Infliction that we added to our row here is back, so we don't have to keep finding 2s. But now we have another 2. We can find another Infliction. So now we can actually start doing some damage. We could do 6 damage here. And actually, if we do Cauldron, we get 1 damage in. Get a new dice. And actually, another thing we could do, and this is a little trick I discovered, if you throw a burning dice, in addition to not taking the 2 damage from that, you actually do the burn damage to your foe. Now, he's not weak to fire, but he's not immune to it either. So rather than take the burn, I'm just going to chuck this. And see, it did 2 damage to him. We weren't going to kill him this turn anyway. Even if I did that, we wouldn't have had enough damage with the Infliction to kill him. So, might as well, feed him the damage instead of taking it ourselves. And now we can just finish them normally. Now that was, you know, fairly complex for the first fight of the freaking game. But now we can make things more complex. Magic Missile. Yes. Now we have to choose a slot to add this to. Now it needs to be fed an even. And so we don't want to slot it into an even because we're going to use an even numbered dice to activate it. So I'm going to feed it to my slot 3. So now we have to get a 3 in order to have Magic Missile at our disposal. Alternatively, and here's the other bit of tactics here, is we can change what our starter spell is. We do get one spell for free already slotted in without having to find the dice. But we can change what that spell is. So we could decide to make Magic Missile our starter spell. Now, that makes us a lot less able to find new dice with Cauldron. We don't get that free reroll. But then again, it gives us a 5 damage attack right from the get-go. So maybe not, because otherwise we have to find a 3 just to get Magic Missile on the board. Magic Missile's our most powerful thing. So you know what? I think I'm going to keep Magic Missile at the front here. We might switch back to Cauldron once I get the rest of the spellbook fleshed out, because then we can start fishing for more options. But for now, any old port in the storm. All right, so we have an even, and actually we can get the 1 and Cauldron it. We can feed the 4. Now we could summon another Cauldron if we really wanted to. We could do that. That actually would give us 2 rerolls, just in the off chance that we get really bad luck and no evens, because we're not killing them this turn. So I'm just going to grab another Cauldron. Okay, well, interesting. All right, let's see if we can, if we re-roll one of these and they turn into a 3, we could get conceivably maybe a couple extras. Actually, we want to re-roll the 5. Nope, that's not that. Although we can have an Infliction. We can summon an Infliction and Magic Missile Infliction. Phew. Alright, Burning Light, minimum 4, deal burn damage, burn 1 dice. I like that. Or Electric Shock, deal that, shock a dice. I like Burning Light because we already have something that's demanding even numbered dice. And minimum 4, I kind of want to, I don't actually want it in one of these slots here. I might actually replace Infliction. I know we have empty slots here, but Infliction is, well, it's not strictly inferior, because Infliction can do 3 damage on a 1 or a 2, or a 3. So here, let's think about this. So Magic Missile handles all the evens, 2, 4, and 6. That means a 5 is the only real target for a Burning Light. Or a 6. 5 or a 6. Or a 4. So Magic Missile only really wants 2s. Infliction will be useful at a 1, a 2, or a 3. Or in this case, just a 1 or a 3. And yeah, because if we have to feed a 4, 5, or 6, that's exactly the type of dice that activates this. So we're less likely to be able to add it to our field and activate it, unless we make Burning Light our active spell. All right, yeah, you know what? I think, although Infliction isn't really that great, I might actually want to burn Infliction, because we're going to be getting more stuff that will fill up these other 3 slots. Because, yeah, Cauldron, I'd rather reroll with Cauldron. So, you know what? I'm gonna actually wipe out Infliction and get this assigned to the 2. Magic Shield. See, now here we go. We want to add it to a slot that is opposite of what it is, so we can add this to 4 because it wants an odd. I'm okay with that. Alright, lots of healing. We got Stereo Head, we got Sneezy, and an item in a shop. Alright, I'm not too worried about this, unless Stereo Head works us over and then Sneezy gets lucky, but we have healing behind us. Also, I probably should have swapped my thing to Burning Light. Alright, so we can Cauldron. We can summon a Cauldron. The 6 can go into Magic Missile. The 3 can actually summon another Magic Missile. Yeah, that might be the smart move here. Cauldron. Or we can feed something into the Cauldron. Like, we can feed the 3 into the Cauldron and see what that gives us. Actually, let's do that before we commit to the Magic Missile. Alright. Well, there's Burning Light. And actually, Burning Light is a better attack. Because that does 6 damage, 1 more damage, and it burns a dice. There we go, see? Order of operations. And now we have access to all of them. Alright, so we're going to get some of our attacks nerfed. They're still susceptible to that. But we have our Limit Break. And our Limit Break is just 3 extra dice. They're not 6s or 1s or anything. They're just normally rolled 3 extra dice. So Cauldron doesn't give us the reroll, it just does the damage, which is pretty useless. Now, the nice thing is, and here's another flexibility, is we can overwrite some of these more useless ones. So what we could do here is, for example, well, we have an open room, so there's no reason to overwrite them. We can Burning Light for 3. And it still does the burn. And then we can Magic Missile. Now, do I want to pop the Crystal Ball? No, it wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. No odds, though. So we can't even use the Magic Shield. Lovely. Let's see. We can actually summon another Burning Light. Let's smush this crappy Cauldron. And that gives us another 4 damage. And then, yeah, we'll just chuck the last dice since we can't shield up with it. And now anything we do to him will kill him. Doesn't really matter. And we have no healing available, so we don't need to worry about doing anything else at the moment. We'll just kill him. Alright, let's go actually eat our health here. Because I don't trust you, Sneezy. Hall of Mirrors needs a 6, so we want to slot this to a 5. Because again, we wouldn't want, unless we got, it would depend on us getting double 6s to add this and slot into it. Now the other thing is, we could start this, but no, I think Burning Light is the correct starter spell because this thing's really flexible. Because if we get a 2, well, if we get a 1, we can Cauldron. We get a 3, we can Magic Missile. And yeah, I think that is correct for the moment. Again, the witch is really tricky, so it's hard to tell what is the correct answer. Okay, so we can Burning Light. We can also actually activate. We can actually add and activate Hall of Mirrors. So +1 dice for this whole fight, and then we can Burning Light for 4. And he's gonna sneeze. And we get an extra dice here, so let's see what we can do with it. We could add another burning light. I don't want to add another Hall of Mirrors, but I wouldn't mind burning the 6 for the one that we have. We could feed the 5 to the burning light. We can actually make another burning light and make a cauldron. And be supercharged for next turn. I mean, actually, I could have crystal balled. Oh, ow! I got sneezed. I got to sneeze, the big sneeze. Luckily, I think we're leveling up this time, so that's not the worst thing in the world. Right then, we want to overwrite this Hollow Mirror. Well, I mean, I think we can kill him at this point. Yeah, we can just kill him, and we have no healing, so dink. Yeah, I'm not sure about Hollow Mirrors because it becomes sort of a win more condition. So now our upgrade here, our bigger upgrade is we can have an upgraded spell slot where basically whatever spell we slot into there acts as if it were the upgraded version of it, or we could start the round with 2 prepared spells. That's a really tough decision. I mean, this whole character is nothing but tough decisions. Because having an extra prepared spell means we have less time farting around. But you know what? I think I'm going to go for the upgrade. And we have our big heal. So, unfortunately, the spell that we start with is not the upgraded slot. So, yeah. We have to add a spell to that, and then it starts acting like the upgraded version. But let's see what we can put into our 6. Nudge, Slime Ball, Magic Key, split a dice in 2. I'm guessing that's like evenly in 2. But I don't like that. And I don't like the dice minus. I mean, I guess Slime Ball could work. I don't even really want to spend my money on all of these. These all kind of suck. I think I'm going to hold on to my cash. I may... Do I want to change things out here? Or do I want to just stick with Burning Light? I kind of want to stick with Burning Light. That kind of worked for us before, so I think I will. We will go after the Dryad, though. Okay, so, yeah, I wouldn't mind an early Magic Shield. We can feed Burning Light to the 4 and eat the Magic Shield the 5, and I'm not going to Crystal Ball because I should have put that in the upgraded slot. Yeah, actually, yeah, you know what? I think I am going to Crystal Ball. That's... Game, come on. What does Cauldron do? Oh, 2 uses this turn! Fantastic. What do we get for you? Another 6. I guess we're gonna put in another Magic Shield and just throw this one. Not the most effective use. But at least we have a double Cauldron. So we can do some aggressive re-rolling here. There we go. That's perfect for Burning Light. Fortunately, neither of these work for Magic Shield. Yeah, looks like they're going to heal back that 2 burn, but at least they don't get the poison off. Alright, no healing. And we can just Cauldron. Yeah, I don't want to take the extra thing because it just doesn't really work. Alright, we've got treasure, we've got healing. This could get a little dicey depending on how much damage the bully inflicts. Actually, I might want to go for the marshmallow, because the marshmallow gives us access to all kinds of goodies. Alright, yeah, we can Hall of Mirrors. What does an upgraded Hall of Mirrors do? Oh, it accepts any even instead of any 6. That's a lot better, actually. I mean, we had the 6 anyway. Okay, he's gonna hit us with both. Alright, any even gives us more dice, so sure. We can summon a cauldron here. Reroll for a new one. Magic missile, sure. Let's see if we can avoid taking this damage. Yeah, we can Burning Light. We can Magic Missile. And we can actually, I mean, if we really wanted to, we could re-summon a Burning Light. Actually, no, we can't, because we have 4s, and we can't use them. So, guess what? You're getting chucked. Ooh, it's gonna... Ouch. Alright, so... yeah, we'll just finish you off here. There's only one room for one cube monster in this dungeon, and it's Mwahaha Harshmallow. Okay, then. Alright, one more fight and we'll get the auto heal, but I do want to re-up and also take a look at our goodies here. Catastrophe. Inflict shock, burn, and freeze, but no damage. We can take it and put it on 6. And if the shop has something better, we can always replace it something. Counterspell. Or Magic Dagger. Do 2 damage. So this is just basically a better thrown dice, but not feeling it. Counterspell, however. Counterspell. If an enemy rolls blank, that dice is locked. Not sure I'm feeling Counterspell, because it's a little specific and kind of tricky to use, because we'd have to slot it in and then have the dice that we want to actually lock out handy. And some enemies might not even worry about counters to that specific spell. The only thing Counterspell would be good in conjunction with a lot of freeze, because then we could lock out 1s. But even then, we don't have much freeze. We just have Catastrophe. I think I'm just going to buy the health. Honestly, we can do better, and I'm saving my money. Alright, we could buy Catastrophe. I wonder what an upgraded Catastrophe does for us. Let's take a look. Ooh, 2 shock, 2 burn, 2 freeze. That's too good to pass up. And actually, well, that actually two burns would do 4 damage, because he only has 2 dice. That would be 2 1s. Compare that to 4 plus 2, so 6. I'm actually not sure which is the better one. I think better one is just feed Catastrophe it. Yeah, see, we were gonna take that 6, and then the 3. Yeah, we definitely want a crystal ball here. Let's see what we got. All right, we can Cauldron, because we have a lot of 1s. We need to do something with the ones, which means summoning a cauldron and then re-rolling. We have a 2. We could summon another Burning Light and then double burn and catastrophe. So we can Burning Light. We can Burning Light. And then we catastrophe. And chuck a dice. Of course, all that extra burn isn't going to do anything much for him. Oh, interesting. So burnt dice are actually immune to being frozen, too. Interesting. So if you burn all the dice, then freeze doesn't really work. And also, we're kind of low on damage here, which is a little worrisome. Alright, there we go. He could kill me next turn if we don't kill him. Although no, because the Burning Light will inflict 2 burns. He will not do anything. He will not use his dice if they would burn. Actually, I'd just kill him. I just forgot about the chuck. Okay, doppel dice or duplicate? Minimum. Ooh, yes. Yes. So if we roll high, because we like lots of high numbers here. And I think duplicate's a better use than Hall of Mirrors. Although, actually, I think we replace Magic Missile. We haven't really been using Magic Missile because Burning Light's just so much better. So I think we get rid of Magic Missile because then that's another one where we take a number that doesn't work for duplicate and we use that to summon the spell. Now at this point, I do think we want to put Cauldron back in charge of our starter. Because if we roll low, then Burning Light won't work. We can't do duplicate. Yeah, there's all sorts of bad things. Yeah, Hall of Mirrors isn't so useful. I think I might eventually replace that. I like Catastrophe. Especially upgraded Catastrophe is really sweet. That'll be good against boss fights. What do we got here? Skeleton Key. Set all dice to blank. Is there a spell that would benefit from that? Catastrophe. If we had 2 6s, which again the needs doubles isn't so bad because we have duplicate. So if we roll 1 of something, we have 2 of something. So we can duplicate a 6 into a skeleton key. 2 6s or a whole bunch of 6s gives us a whole bunch of catastrophes. Although to an extent that doesn't really, it doesn't build up to tons of extras. Yeah, nothing else really, like having a whole crap ton of 4s doesn't actually hurts us. Having a whole bunch of 5s doesn't really. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna ignore it. No skeleton key. It was good on paper. Did I check the shop? I think I checked the shop. Yeah, I checked the shop and was not interested in either of those. I am going to go at this with the idea of going to max level. So we'll tangle with the Cactus Man here. This is what I was talking about, the Cauldron. Alright, so we can actually, I wonder what upgraded Burning Light does for us. Because we have the spell to feed it, but let's see what we get out of Cauldron. Another 4. And we can make upgraded Burning Light. Deal X damage. Oh, no minimum! No minimum. Alright. Good. Not great, but good. I think I will summon a Magic Shield here. Can't use it, but we can Burning Light. And then we'll have that available for next round. Alright. Limit Break. So I do not want to use Cauldron because we're going to take Thorns damage. So we want to make whatever attacks we use count. We could Magic Shield for 3. Yeah, let's pop the Crystal Ball. Jeez, all evens except... Alright, fine. We'll stuff the 5 in there. The more I'm looking at it, the more I don't really care for Hall of Mirrors in our current build anyway. We toss the 6 into Burning Light. And then I think we Burning Light again. Now the question is, do I take Thorns damage from throwing dice? I do. Lovely. Alright, so I gotta be careful of those Thorns. Alright, let's get the Magic Shield up so we can soak up the Thorns. Or at least some of the Thorns. And yeah, we just kill them with Burning Lights. And we'll take that healing, thank you. Oh, the chest is still there in case we changed our mind. Do we change our mind? Do we want Skeleton Key over Hall of Mirrors? You know what? I'm going to put it there just in case we find some kind of wombo combo. We can always replace it with something else. Alright, let's see what we got here. Shop plus healing. Ooh, new Handyman. But that's 2 fights to an item, so we tangle with the Kraken. Although Handyman is lower level and has some healing behind him, and yeah, maybe we do want to tangle with the Handyman. But then again, the Kraken has... Yeah, you know what? Let's go for the Kraken. Alright, so... Kraken has plenty of dice, so a Catastrophe can hit properly. Let's re-roll the 1. Magic Shield? No. Let's upgrade Catastrophe and let's set it off. That works. Alright, so we get some blinding here. That's alright. Well, not really, because now I don't know what spell this is going to create. If I could feed it into the book and then put it in a blank space, and if I re-roll, it's still going to be hidden. The best I could do is, well, you know what? Let's feed it to the book. It was another Catastrophe. See, that's the problem with these hidden dice. Yeah, so blind actually really hurts me. I really want that duplicate. And a cauldron. Welp, we can roll until we get things we want. Skeleton key? Do I particularly care for a skeleton key? This is a pretty awful round, not gonna lie. No, I don't really want skeleton key, so we're just gonna feed it to the Catastrophe and take his next attack to the face here. Oh boy, a curse. Now, well, Cauldron's a good curse fodder here. There we go, got the curse out of our system. Yeah, let's roll. I don't even know what we have here. Also, the curse completely wipes out the spell, so let's see what we get here. Skeleton key, eh? Set all dice to a 5. Does that help us? I'd rather have just the raw dice, honestly. So yeah, we could catastrophe up things, but you know, are you gonna give me a burning light? No, you're not. So here's what we do. We feed you enough for a catastrophe. We feed you. So we do lots and lots of that. We're not actually hurting him, unfortunately. And then we replace you with Magic Shield, because we do not need 2 catastrophes on a regular basis. I mean, we're doing more with the burn than anything. Unfortunately, I mean, granted, all he could do that round was blind us, which doesn't actually hurt us. Alright, Burning Light. Are you an odd? You're an even. Are you an odd? Good enough. Burning Light. Are you good enough for Burning Light? Yes, you are. Now, there's the curse. Ow. That overwhelm gets stronger and stronger the longer this fight goes, so yeah. See, this is where I guess I kind of wish I had that, Let's re-roll you. Well, there goes that. You good enough for Burning Light? Nope. Into Catastrophe. You good enough for Burning Light? Yes, you are. Well, at least we can use that. This is getting kind of dicey here. And I do not mean that as a pun. I kind of wish that, yeah, there goes that. What do we get? Another skeleton key. Blind really screws with us. But at the very least, we... Ow. Alright, we need to be able to kill you this turn. Come on. Oh my god. Are you seriously not going to give me any 2s? I guess we can mass Catastrophe and hope he burns himself to death? I mean, that's kind of what we need to do. We could set all dice to 6s with a skeleton key. So now we know these are all 6s. But it still takes 2 dice to... Yeah, we set a Catastrophe and we feed it a 6. That's about what we can do here. And we're dead. Oh, freaking blind. Freaking blind. All right, folks. Yeah, that was... We couldn't see our spells. We couldn't see our spells. And that is debilitating to the witch. Because we could not tactically lay them out because we didn't know what freaking spells we were getting. We kept on getting skeleton keys. Oh. But if I had kept the other one, I probably would have just had enough raw extra dice from spamming that over and over that we could have won that fight. But sadly, that was not the case. So I have suffered a defeat. And I mean, the witch is one of the harder ones. I will try the witch again in our next episode. I will not take this laying down until I've beaten the game with everybody. So, if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent, your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya!